Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about why the Houston Texans will beat the Carolina Panthers tomorrow on Sunday. This is not something I have to talk about long because, it's the Texans. They've been playing some great football, and they're playing against the 0-6 Panthers. But this is something I've been doing every week, doing a video why I think the Houston Texans are going to win their next game. It's something I've done since week 1 and week 2. Even though the Texans lost their first 2 games of the season and start off 0-2 to the season, I did the same thing with the Jaguars and the Steelers, and they won those 2 games. I even did the same thing with the Falcons. They lost that game. And I did the same thing with the Saints, before the bye week. And even though this is going to be one of the most confident games I'm going into as a Texans fan, thinking that the Texans will win, facing off against the Carolina Panthers, still wanted to keep the thing going. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a great game. I still, I know these, it's the Texans and the Panthers. It's a mid-Texans team 3-3 versus a Panthers team that is 0-6. And the crazy part is that the schedule makers, when they were making the schedule in, what was it, April, May, the tables have turned because they were probably thinking the Panthers would be in the Texans' position at like 2-4 or 3-3, something like that. Have a mid-record, which is what the Texans have, and they were probably thinking the Texans at this point would maybe be 1-5 or 0-6, just like the Panthers are. But still, I don't understand. Doesn't matter. I don't care about the records of these two teams. I don't care about who they are, what their team names are. This should be a national televised game. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Texans fan. I really could give a crap if the Texans have any national televised games. At this point, I'm used to it. The Texans only had one last year. Really, the only reason why we had that last year is because it was the Eagles. I think the 2021 season, I don't think they had any at all. Trust me, I'm used to the Texans not having national televised games at this point. I think 2020 season, they only had one. Trust me, I'm used to it. But you got a game where the Panthers have number 1 overall pick Bryce Young, and he's going up against number 2 overall pick CJ Stroud. And then for the Texans defensive side, you got number 3 overall pick Will Anderson Jr. You have the top 3 picks from the previous NFL draft all playing in the same game. I don't care who the teams are or what their names are or what their records are. That's going to get a lot of views. And, the NFL cares about, views and who's watching when it comes to national televised games. And I thought that would have been, that would have been a great Monday Night Football game. But I guess the NFL didn't think so. But, getting into why I think the Texans will win this game on Sunday, the Texans, obviously, they've been the better team so far. But, that's the thing that scared me. Both teams are coming off the bye. They've had some rest. The Panthers coming off of a solid performance against the Dolphins. They lost 45 to, I think final score was, it was 35-21 or it was 45-28, something like that. Not the best performance, but as of right now, I'm thinking that, this Texans team, they should get this win, but that's the thing that scares me. This is a win they should get. Maybe, going on the road, maybe this is a win that the Panthers take from us. I don't know. I want to say that the Texans get this win. I do think they do, but I don't know. This matchup tomorrow just scares me a little bit. Bryce Young has had the week off, but still, Panthers defense is terrible. Teams have been trouncing through them. CJ Stroud and the Texans offense has been good. It looks like a great matchup on paper for this Texans team. So that's great. But, besides that, I think this should be a great win for the Texans. They haven't had a 500-plus record since the 2019 season. The 2021 season, they were 1-0 after beating the Jaguars 37-21 in the opening game. So that's, right there, that's, being plus 500. But, if you're not counting week 1, they haven't been plus 500 since the 2019 season, which would be a huge win for the Texans tomorrow. And you're also over the win total you had last year. It's not even halfway through the season if the Texans get the win tomorrow. So Yeah. You have C.J. Stroud as your quarterback. He's been dominant in this regular season so far. Now he's facing off against a bad defense. To me, it looks like a great matchup on paper for this Texans team facing off against a bad defense. The Texans have been a very solid defense so far. The Panthers have been a very bad offense. So on paper, this looks like a great matchup for the Texans. But sometimes when you have these matchups like this, especially when the two teams have had a week off on the bye, sometimes it doesn't work out, the way you want it to when you have this kind of matchup. But I think for the Texans tomorrow, it will work just fine, and the Texans will get the win. I have the Texans winning this one 31-20. But yeah, here's some of your thoughts, and peace out. Go Texans.